went to classical school or something.
Yeah, or I was in the classical orchestra, innit?
Oh really?
Yeah, when I picked
For the
up
cello, yeah.
Yeah, for the cello.
So where did you perform? Did you perform anywhere?
Those are the good days. Yeah, I performed at like the South Bank of the Water Festival Hall.
Okay.
I performed in Greece. I performed in Turkey.
Right.
We did Birmingham, like in 2018. We did quite a few. We did O2 sometime. You know when you're young, do you know what it was? It was during a time when like youth clubs were active and like the government was funding like all these things.
Yeah,
innit?
yeah.
And just to say, yeah, I am a product of government funding, so please start funding again. Anyways, Daniel Kaluuya said that at the BAFTAs, so I'm saying that everywhere I go. But yeah, because they were funding it and, you know, a lot of money was going into it, a lot of opportunities came. Because if you're a kid and you see all the opportunities that you can do by doing one thing, you're going to continue it. So yeah, we did so many things. Like, I think we did like festival in Devon one time. And I remember we did a press, me and a friend of mine, we did like a whole press talk. Just us two kids and one of our teacher, and like we had like press there and they were asking us questions about like orchestra and kids and stuff in the hood and stuff. It was like,
So you're the newspaper article now.
yeah, but
And this guy's a big time, you know. Right? There was no small boy kind of sitting there. Okay.
it was just early stuff. It was all development stuff to get me to the place I am now, innit?
I see. So, but what was it like on the classical world? Obviously, from my understanding of it, I just see on TV or films of it, and obviously there's someone there directing. But how does it really? What goes on behind the scenes? Is it like proper tough? Are they proper hard on you and stuff like that?
They're tough, yeah, but it's not like Coach Carter tough.
Oh, okay,
It's
cool.
very like, I don't know. Like, have you ever been to like a fancy dinner, or like have you ever been around someone who's mad rich? I mean, let's say they're from a wealthy family,
Yeah.
and like if you do something that they don't like, or if something's not good, like they're not gonna be like, oh, that's not good, but they'll give like a kind of look, or like
kind
they'll
of vibe,
speak about something in a way that just makes you feel like uncomfortable, innit? Like when we were in the orchestra, it wasn't necessarily like that because obviously I think the teachers like realized who you're dealing with. But when you get out there, like you play a piece and something that's not good, someone will be like, oh yeah, maybe you should start like learn how to play a different instrument, or you know, like all that stuff, like the sly stuff. Like they're good with their words, isn't it? I'm trying to do more shows, man. Shows are sick. I feel like a lot of people who make music don't realize how much people can love you based on your shows alone. Think about like the biggest performance or the sickest performance. Obviously, your Beyonce with your whole choreographed show and so on and so forth. But then you also got someone like Travis Scott. Like during this lockdown, what has made me miss shows is just been watching like for some reason Travis Scott's like Rolling Stones or Travis Scott's like live shows because everybody is like screaming think this is a dumb analogy, but think like, you know, when everybody's singing the lyrics in church, and the emotions are but just change it to a trap beat and everybody's mosh pit.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
I hear you, get it. Okay.
Because Travis Scott was one of those ones where, I don't know, have you seen that video of like Travis Scott only 7 years ago maybe he had small crowds, but they were jumping, and there's a video of like a small crowd, and then I think 4 or 5 years later, not Coachella, but I forgot what it was, but just something.
What the album?
No, the festival, and you can see the difference. They're both jumping, but the difference in size is crazy. But even though there's a difference in size, you can see that even with a small crowd, they're loving it. They're vibing there. You know what I mean? Like they're loving it, even regardless. And that's how you know that it's that kind of growth that probably helped him to get bigger. You know what I'm saying? So.
Travis Scott's hard though. Yeah. I seen you live, and I was like, this guy's wavy though. Like you say, you know when you hear someone, you hear like get a little.
So like, okay, so someone like you, right? So there's a lot of people involved in music, and when it comes to music, people are in certain sectors of the music or certain parts of the production. So you have maybe people like me that just like to play instruments, and you know there might be people. I was gonna say like me, not really. There's gonna be other people that just maybe like to make beats and produce. You have artists out there who just like to sing. There's artists to rap. You seem to be someone that does a lot of them. You play, you produce, you sing, You're everything. Like, it's a lot. How do you do it?
Bro, just do what you... Do you know what it is? If you have an idea and you want to do it, yeah, and you realise that you can't do it because you ain't got the money, you just have to learn how to do it.
Yeah.
That is literally how it's just been like. What's it called? I wanted to make music. I mean, it was through my orchestra that I learned how to produce music because they had production classes and production like youth club services and so on and so forth, which was sick. But yeah, like I wanted to learn how to produce. I wanted to like get beats, but obviously couldn't, so I had to make my own. I wanted to perform on stage, but I didn't want to do no singing. I wanted to like do more than just playing cello. I want to actually be on stage and feel like I'm doing something. Picked up the sax. I wanted people to jump on my tracks, but it was either people take too long or like they're not doing it correctly, or no, I wouldn't say doing it correctly, but they weren't hitting my vibe. So I was like, okay, let me take that on myself. And like I've always seen shows, and I was like, yeah, I always want to go to a festival and so on and so forth. I didn't go to a festival until like 2016. Like I didn't go to any show. I'd never been to a show to watch it in any capacity until 2016. And like no, I haven't been to a festival in any capacity until 2016. And it was like, yeah, I want to go to festivals. So the best way to go to festivals is make music, so that festivals can hit you up and be like, yeah, you can perform. It was like, yeah, whatever I wanted to do, I was like, okay, how do I do it? This is too expensive, or that's too complicated, or that involves too many people. So therefore, it's like, okay, how do I do it myself? That's pretty much how I'll give two. I'll give two examples. One when I was playing for someone, and one when I was doing one of my first ever shows. So my biggest one was Lovebox Festival.
You played at Lovebox Festival?
Yeah, 2016.
Raw.
Wait, the cello?
No, saxophone.
I Lovebox.
Yeah.
Raw then. Let me get autograph after.
No, do you know what? It was part of a collaboration that my college had with the festival. East London's Arts and Music. Look, I'm shouting you out. You better give me something. But yeah, what's it called? Yeah, it was they had like a good working relationship, so we had the opportunity to perform there, and it was sick. Like I'd never been backstage. Like I'd never been to a festival. I'd never been in a space where there was just bare like celebrities and big artists. So we were just backstage, just chilling. They got like free drinks. Like you have your own cabin. Yeah. Under you have like all this vodka and all these beers and all these shots, and like you got a ride on whatever you want. Then they had like the little. This is back when Hype, the clothing was big in it. So they were like they had like their little tent, and you can just go there and literally free clothes, free stuff. Even.
Oh my, what's even this?
He's still got it. He's still got some. Look at him.
This is from it.
This
This is from it. Like, yeah, I remember that. Then they had like free food, like Nando's, for all the artists, and like, yeah, I met bare people. I met Stormzy. I met I met Ghetts, but that was funny.
Well, you can't just skip with the story. What happened?
Do you know what? Ghetts was performing? There was bare like grime heads. I think there was what's it called? I think D Double was there as well. Yeah. D Double. But yeah, so what's it called? I think Ghetts had performed, and he took off his wristband because they were just putting on mad tight for everybody. He just went to go out to get something from his car and come back in, and like the security guard saw him. This is when I was deciding to leave. Like I was like, I'm tired of being here. He went to his car, came back, and they were like, yeah, can I get through? And he was like, oh no, you can't get through. You haven't got a wristband. I was like, but you saw me walk past you, like that I'm an artist here, and like the security guard wasn't having it, and they were going back and forth. I was even thinking of like just taking my wristband and giving it to Ghetts at the time. And I think the funniest thing that Ghetts said, was, and this is before his album dropped, and this is like in the period when I would say like I wasn't hearing of him much. He was like, you know, it's cool. Like today you have your day in it. Today you're the big guy. You're the big person. Don't worry. Like, cause every other day.
It's my day.
Big boy, come on. And he proved himself because he dropped a banger of an album, innit? But like, yeah, that was mad. What else? I saw stuff in the industry that I didn't realize. Like, no names, but some people don't actually perform, or they don't actually sing when they're performing live. No comments.
We'll talk about it off air though.
We'll talk about it off air. Um,